And motherfuckers, after two victories in a row, I reached the last round with good option of reach the podium or reach good places. There are 600 euros for the first position, who I cannot reach, but for the second are 400, for the third are 240, for the fourth are 180. So there are good places that I can reach if I win this game or if I draw. Better if I won, of course, but with draw I could earn some money. So let's analyze the last round. I face Andrea Favaloro, an international master of Italy. So let's see. Okay, I open with e4. She goes with e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop d5. I'm going to pass the third move so fast because the real opening starts on the move like 12, a6, the normal Spanish. And here my opponent says the Chigorin variation, the most employed from all the history, but nowadays are not so common. Knight a5, bishop e2, c5, d4, and now he came with a interesting idea of knight d7. The main move was queen c7, but nowadays not so much people play because after d5, in the past the people employ knight d2, and after some trades on d4, um, black is not so bad. But it was demonstrated that after d5 the machine say that white is better here. And he came with knight d7. My ex-girlfriend always played this move, but we not used to play chess, so I have no experience in this position because she doesn't want to play chess with me. But okay, she plays. My ex-girlfriend plays knight d7. Interesting story. Okay, and here in my analysis I had d5 here, but during the game I don't remember. I played e4. But okay, d5 was interesting. I'm going to show us this line. Knight b6. No, b3 stopping the knight to land on d4 on c4 sorry. I'm preparing some knight so b3 is a useful move. And if f5, interesting idea that white here plays the rook on e4. Very good. Just defending the square c4 and the idea was great here. The principal idea is that if black leaves b6 with one knight, now white can play c4. That's one of the ideas of rook e4. Apart, you are stopping the move a4, open the dark square, the dark squares. So very good move, rook e4, 97. And here, I have this tactic of c4 because after knight takes, you can just go back. After take, queen c2, queen e3, sorry, attacking the rook and the knight. And after e4, you have second tactic, queen g4, it takes, and now g4. Great move, trapping the rook because after takes d6, now the bishop falls. And if queen d1, of course, you cannot play queen f1 because queen d4, but you have knight king h4 and everything is under control. It's a funny line this, with many tactics. But I play for bishop d7, d5, c4, and here I play knight d2 fast, so fast. And after 92, queen c7, here I stopped to think more time. The time control was 10 plus 5. But here I stopped to think and I realized that my knight is bad placed on d2. In this type of position where the bishop is on b7 covering the b5, it was better to place the knight on a3 to attack b5. That's the best placement of the pieces. And it's the f knight, the knight who gains to d2. If, for example, if f5, I can just take here. If in 95, just I can just take the pawn. So he should defend the pawn or take on a4. Take on a4 looks so bad here. I can just or develop the bishop or just take the a4 pawn. And here I have many counterplay for the strings. But okay, just bishop b3, more safe, the safer move. And just white is fine here. And if he defends the pawn, I just can develop the bishop. And now queen 2 here was fine. The idea is that, for example, if bishop here, I can take, 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 and b4 because the c4 pawn is pinned and then one knight is going to fall. And in general, trade some some pawns in the queen side help me to keep black with one weakness, it's going to be easier to attack. So always, if you can keep only two pawns in the queen side in this structure with the d5 pawn and these pawns, it's always going to be good to just trade the rest of the pawn and just keep one who can be easily attacked thanks to the d5 pawn. So 93 here was the square line. E3 here was fine, followed by 93. The problem of 92 is okay. 92 used to be for go to G3 with the knight, but in this exactly position, I should play in the queen side to with 93 and king with the other knight to D2. I'm playing the queen side. So for that reason, 92 is a horrible move. And the problem is that here I have now this tactic. Okay, sometimes these things works like this. Sometimes I can sacrifice this pawn, but in this exactly position, I didn't see that I should sacrifice this pawn. So for that reason, here I made a good decision, and I just realized that I played 92 bad move. That's okay. Of course, the plan to go to G3 with the knight was bad, but here I have nothing better. So I have the knight on D2, so my only option here was just play knight F1, good move, just accepting that I made a mistake and play with what I have. Knight C5. Okay, here I take on B5. The machine prefer to keep the tension there. But okay, 8 takes b5 looks natural. 8 takes bishop b3, rook f8. And here I decide that, okay, I accept that I lost the battle in the queen side. Okay, the queen side is for you, brother. You want to place all your pieces in the queen side? Okay, for you. I just going to go to the king side. In this type of position was better to just make the battle in the queen side and try to win the battle in the queen side. But okay, after 92, with one stupid move, I just lost the battery in the queen side with one stupid move. So I just decided, no, now it's time to go for the king side. And that's a good decision. 93, and here, okay, 92 was fine, but I go 95, 95, I say, okay, I'm going to attack in the king side. But I made this plan, but later I didn't make the decisive move to finish the attack. It takes before 92, 93, good take. But here, okay, I take on the 3, who is good, but I have queen before, who is yeah, who is the best move, just to checkmate the black king. But okay, bishop d3 was fine. B takes, but here it's so easy. I just should take. She takes b takes c3, natural move. D takes, and now queen g4, coming to the attack and check me the black king, who is the idea. And okay, so black have played all the pieces in the queen side. And after that, I decide, okay, I'm going to go to the king side and try to checkmate my opponent in the king side. And after made that, and after go to the king side with all the pieces, I didn't take the last important piece to the attack, who is the queen. And then I start to play in the queen side. Huge mistake here, not play queen d4. They can queen g4. Okay, I'm just winning. Okay, you want to take that? Okay, f6. And just 94 is coming, bishop it's h6, and the black pieces are not making nothing. They just completely winning here. But instead of that, I made 94, who is so equal. And apparently, in the game, I have the mentality of try to win because I just didn't want to make a draw. I just want to play to win because I saw that if I win, I could reach a good position in the tournament. But I just doesn't find nothing, and I just say to be fine with the draw. But okay, here the position is more or less equal, but I still having these two weak pawns. But okay, I should defend it. Uh, Here this was better to play active, but okay, that's not so easy. I just try to defend my pawns and I have low time in the clock. I have less than 1 minute. Okay, 2, queen c1. I sacrifice this pawn because I have the idea of play f6, but I miss the defense of rook a8. Here, okay, queen c8 followed by rook b1 or rook c1 was better. But okay, I play f6 because I was thinking that I have queen c8 and bishop h6 ideas, but he defended with rook a8. G takes queen c8, bishop f8. Here, bishop queen d8 was slightly better according to the machine, but okay, bishop h6 was fine, but the move that I missed was just a queen rook a8. I completely missed that move. Uh, Queen g4, king h8, rook d1. And here, best black response to try to win the game was queen b8. Can look like you are placing your queen so far from your king, but the problem of queen here is that after bishop takes, rook takes, and queen f5, black have no moves to defend this pawn. Okay, he has a d5, but here I can take with the rook, and the position is a draw, and with 3-4 repetition. Well, queen b7 is fine. because now he can defend the pawn. But okay, white is still having some attack with queen with rook d3. If for example rook f8, now rook f3. Rook g6 defending, but okay, rook f5. But I think that black is going to win the game. That looks like my attack is not enough. But okay, I just trying this. But instead of that, my opponent play queen e6 with a bad move. And here I take on f8 because I realize that if he takes first on g4 doesn't matter because he's improving my opponent's structure. But it's true that this specific position, bishop takes rook d6, he should defend the pawn. And now rook d7, cutting the king. That is the move that I missed because, like I told, I have low time in the clock. I have less than 30 seconds in this moment. And here is a so Isidore because he cannot move the king, he cannot move the rook. His only plan should be or just advance this pawn. Maybe I can play h4 here or something. And he should play. Maybe I can play this pawn. He should play in one moment king f8 to play then rook e8. Maybe he first can advance the central pawns or something. But always when he play king f8, I have the idea of rook h7. So if I had taken h6, this could be an automatically draw. Instead of that, I play bishop f8 so bad. And here I was expecting, of course, a rook f8, but here I saw that my opponent start to think, and he take on g4. He prefers this pawn structure. Who is Isidro? My trainer say that was better to play the pawn on f3 more solid. Who could be true. In fact, yes, looks logical. But okay, I play the pawn on g3, who is not so bad. But okay, was better to play like that. But okay, this position is a easy draw because he cannot move his king because I'm attacking on f7 and he cannot make nothing. But when he play rook f8, rook h8, sorry, instead of just keep my position solid, I play f4, who is a bad move here. I just will just, still waiting. Okay, you want to trade pawns? Trade pawns. I don't fucking care. Yes, we just can trade. Maybe his idea was something like that, but okay, to advance the king or something. I don't know what his idea, but okay, I just maybe should be here. But okay, I play f4, who looks like it's a natural move because I'm improving my pawn structure and now I have these two far pawns. But these pawns are not good because after some f5 breaks, now the f4 pawn is going to be weak because sometimes the pawns more advanced are weaker. Maybe it was better to just keep the pawns closer to the first rank. Advance more the pawns only make that the pawn are going to be weaker. And here I don't remember the full game, but okay, I analyze this line. But in one moment my opponent plays f5. Okay, let's show us. I don't remember how was the game, but in one moment my opponents play like this. I don't remember the games. But okay, in one moment he play like this, and he take my pawn. He take my pawn, and we reach this position, and the same game is still being a draw. But okay, without timing the clock, it's not easy to defend the same game, and I finally reach a lost position. But what happened? That okay, you can see that this position could be lost. Oh, no, this position is not lost, but okay, after the pawns advance, white have zero win option. But what happened that my opponent be so nervous, and not so nervous, but he can control his nervous, and he lost some time, and I won the game by time. So okay, I prefer to win with good move, but if he flags, I just win. So I finished the tournament with 5 point of 6. I'm going to put as the final the final standing. Okay, that's my tournament performance. Miguel Ruiz. I start in the 10th of the ranking, and I finish on the fourth position with 5.5 point of 7, earning 22 rating points. Some months ago, I had better rapid rating. I had 23 something, but in the last two rapid tournament, the world champion and the Spanish champion, I lost many rating points. So now I again with 23 points. Okay, fuck. Okay, let's add my games. Yes, I won the first two rounds against. Okay, I'm going to put this. Okay, I won the first two rounds. The third and fourth I made a draw and I lost the next one, but I won the last three rounds with a good ending. Okay, now I'm going to show us the final standing, the final standing of the tournament. Plaskett was the winner with 6 points. Ladislav Larkin with 6 points. I play against both. I lost against Plaskett and I draw against Larkin. And I tied in the third position with Jose Diaz Belandia, but he had better tiebreak than me because okay, I play against the best, the first and the second of the tournament, but the problem is that my yes, I won the last three rounds. And when you won the last round, you used to have worse tiebreak. But okay, there are many masters in this tournament. We saw that Daniel, international master. This a strong tournament, and that's a fourth position. Okay, I hope that I could finish in first position and earn the 600 euros. But okay, at least I finished in fourth position. It's not the result that I want, but okay, it's not completely bad. I earn 180 euros. No, 180 euros to okay, it's not the best, but okay, at least I earn something. So that's my tournament. I finish in fourth position. This weekend I'm not going to play any tournament, but the next weekend I have a tournament in my chess club in the three peons. So tres peons, sorry, in Catalan. So let's see how the next tournaments. Bye bye, motherfuckers.